Alright everybody, welcome to a brand new adventure. Husky Offset plays Subnautica. This will be a modded playthrough, and a list of all of the mods that I'm using are in the description of this video. They are listed in the order that I installed them, and for each one listed there is a link to a web page that has not only the description of what the mod does, but also a download link, and there should be installation instructions. So when I installed the mods, I just went down the list, installed them all in order, and then I launched the game. And there are really only 3 mods that we need to talk about. One of the mods is actually a mod manager, and once you've installed that, you get this extra item in your list here, along with play and options, etc. You get the mod manager one, and when you go into that panel, it brings up this list where you can individually enable and disable them, which brings us to the second mod that I'd like to talk about, which is the Subnautica map mod, and I start with it disabled. I only enable it after I have discovered the blueprint for the compass and built and installed the compass. So basically I'm role-playing that the mapping function is part of the compass, which seemed to make a lot of sense to me. Rather than starting with it enabled, I will be leaving the map off until I get that compass installed. Alright, at which point I will save the game, exit, activate this mod, and load the game back up. All that, of course, will be edited out. There'll just be a fade out and fade in. But that's what I've done behind the scenes, is quit the game, enable this mod, and then load the game back up. Alright, the other mod that we need to talk about, and it's not really the mod itself, it's the settings that we use, and that is the customized storage mod, which lets you adjust the storage size for anything in the game that has storage. And here are, I'm going to scroll through this list, and you can see what settings I'm using for the various different storage things. It's not a terribly long list. The other thing that we should probably talk about is the reason I added these mods is because I played through the game completely without any mods. It was with my old video card, so my graphical experience was not as good as it is now. I had a NVIDIA GTX 1050 Ti that I got, I believe, in 2017. And that's a card that was introduced in 2016. So, and that was a low-end card at the time. So, in 2023, that was a pretty anemic card. And I recently managed to upgrade to an AMD RX 7600, which is, I think, billed as like a low to mid card, but it's a pretty good card for 1080p gaming, which is what I do. So it worked out great, and it looks much better now. Alright, so I'm role-playing that our character is a part of a special engineering team that the Altera Corporation sends to various planets to build bases that support scientific research or mining operations, things like that. Otherwise, the story is the same. We just happen to be on the Aurora when it crashes into this planet. The only difference will be that at a certain point in the story, instead of our motivation being to get off this planet, our motivation is going to shift once we realize that there is a reason that this planet is going to be very important as far as scientific research goes, and those of you that have played the game can probably guess what point that is in the story, but I will talk about that in the story when we're actually playing. Okay, so that covers the basics, I think. Otherwise, just there's some additional information in the video description, talking, I think, about what my hardware is that I'm using, the software I use for game capture and editing and all that kind of stuff. Otherwise, I thank you for for watching this video, and I hope you'll watch the actual gameplay videos starting with episode 1. I'll see you then.